Oh hi! I'm David, the author of a novel I soon hope to self-publish, which means I need a strategy plan. So in this video, I'll be laying out the basic steps for the novel writing and publishing process for traditional and independently publishing authors. Let me know in the comments if there's anything I missed. I want to make sure we have our bases covered. I've split the novel writing process into 3 stages, providing an alternative final stage for either independent or traditionally published authors. Also, if you're a visual learner, you can find a transcript of this video on my website. That being said, let's jump right in. Stage 1. Writing. Step 1. Brainstorming. This is where you brain dump your thoughts so you can find the idea you want to write a whole book about. After you find it, let your mind wander with it and ask questions. A great question to ask is why. If you can answer a lot of the whys to your story, it'll help give reason to your world. This is also the time you should be considering the setting and time period of your story, as well as the genre and audience. Step 2. Outlining. This is where you try to order your ideas into a logical fashion. You should be able to answer the questions: who are the characters, what are their goals, and what is keeping them from achieving these goals. This is where you piece the plot together and figure out who your characters are in relation to the plot. Research can help aid you in writing a solid outline. Use your outline like a roadmap during the writing process, though don't be scared to deviate from the path. Your outline should change a couple times throughout the writing process. Step 3. The first draft. Writing a first draft can be daunting. That's why it's best to take it one day at a time. Don't edit too much while you go, and just don't stop. Every writer is allowed an unlimited number of rewrites. So don't worry so much about getting it right the first time. Just focus on getting it down on paper. Write out of order, do word sprints, NaNoWriMo, just finish the first draft by whatever means necessary. Then, take a break. It's important to take a break from your novel so that way you can come back to it with fresh eyes and a more objective point of view. Stage 2. Editing. Step 4. Self-edits. It's time to clean up that rough draft to a legible standard. You should read through, fix up the grammar, spelling, and glaring plot issues. It should be as good as it can possibly be before we move on to the next step. Step 5. Beta readers and critique partners. Now you need to turn your manuscript over to trusted friends and handpicked strangers alike to pick apart all the problems with your novel. Take all this feedback with a grain of salt. Step 6. Rewrites. With the beta's feedback, you can go through and implement the changes you agree with. It's good to set deadlines because then you can make sure you complete rewrites in a timely fashion. While you're working on rewrites, it's not a bad idea to scope out a professional editor. Then, repeat steps 5 and 6 as needed. Step 7. Developmental edits. This is where you and the pro editor you hired go through your manuscript and try to point out any bigger picture plot issues that could be resolved. It's crucial for indies to have the most tightly written plot possible, but a slightly, if not well-polished manuscript could help you snag an agent if you're hoping to go the traditional route. Stage 3A. Independent publishing. Step 8A. The kitchen sink edits. Alright indies, get ready to go over your manuscript with a fine-toothed comb and more hired editors so you can go through the processes of copy, line editing, and proofreading. Most of these steps are grueling and have to be done multiple times and cannot be skipped, not if you want a high-quality, professional product. Step 9A. Cover art and interior formatting. With the book written, edited, and in ship shape, it's time to find a professional cover designer. I'd recommend hiring a professional unless you're an experienced cover artist or graphic designer. You can find cover artists and interior formatters on websites such as Fiverr.com, Upwork, and there are agencies who can even do both of these services for you, such as Damonza. I will link all of them in the description below. The cover is a critical tool in marketing your book. It's the first thing the reader sees when looking at your book. And though you're not supposed to judge a book by its cover, everyone generally does. Step 10A. Print-on-demand services, ISBN codes, and publishing companies. Oh my! Before you publish, you need to decide exactly how much you want to do yourself. For example, do you want to buy your own ISBN codes and have yourself listed as the publisher? Or would you rather incorporate or become a limited liability company? There are other channels that provide better information on the legalities of starting your own business, which I'll link below, but it is one thing that I think is very important to consider when self-publishing. But have no fear if you're not business savvy, or you're trying to produce a book on a budget. You can usually have ISBN codes provided by your print-on-demand service and have them listed as the publisher. Step 11A, Advanced Reader's Copies, or ARCs. With the release approaching, it's time to start thinking about reviews and marketing. Whether it be a Kirkus review or other booktubers you send advanced reader's copies to through websites such as NetGalley in exchange for an honest review. Positive reviews on your Amazons and Goodreads pages can help boost sales, which means more readers are taking a chance and possibly loving your book. With ARCs out, it's time to begin the pre-launch process of uploading your digital files to your print-on-demand service provider's website, as well as finalizing any other prep or promo before release. Then, you release the book. Let it out to the readers and follow up about it on social media, as well as any other posts about your current works in progress. Now we'll be moving on to Stage 3B, Traditional Publishing. Step 8B, Query Letters. If you're going the traditional route, now's the time to write up and send out those query letters. I'm not going to go over exactly how to write one since there are other videos that cover it in glorious detail. Step 9B, Agents. Hopefully through querying and facing rejection, you've snagged yourself an agent. The agent will probably suggest rewrites before agreeing to the project, but it's their job to shop your manuscript around for a publisher. They will take a percentage of the royalties you earn, so they'll try to get you the highest percentage of royalties possible. You should never pay an agent up front. Step 10B, Publishers. When you get picked up by a publisher, there'll probably be a contract signing, and they'll suggest more rewrites or revisions to be made. Then you'll probably go over another round of revisions with an internal editor. Then the publisher will handle more detailed editing, book formatting, and cover design. Step 11B, Publication. The publisher will set your release date and you'll complete your revisions and rewrites on time. Then the book will be released, and then the publisher will handle the expanded distribution. And your book will end up getting distributed to book retailers, whether online or store shelves. Then you could even go on a short book signing or author tour, but even though you're traditional, you'll still be expected to be in charge of most of your own marketing. Alright, so now I'm going to review what we covered by putting up a list of the steps on the screen. Well, if you enjoyed today's content, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I hope to expand on all these points very soon. I hope that helped clear up any questions or confusion you may have had about the basics of the novel writing and publishing process. What seems the most daunting to you? Let me know in the comments. Well, until next time, write on.